Okay, if I stumble, it's my first time. Give me a second. So I'm doing it on God's promise, the real meaning of the rainbow. Um, a lot of people, when you first think of the rainbow, the first thing you think of is LGBTQ. And to me, not that like God says you should love everyone, but to me, that's not right. That's not the first rainbow that came on this earth. That shouldn't be the first thing we think about. Our views on the rainbow have changed over time. Our minds have been misled, and we have focused on the wrong thing. The rainbow symbolizes God's promise, and it's time to refresh our memory. Allow me to do that in this lesson. In the Bible, God often communicates with his people through symbols. One such symbol is that has captured the imagination of many cultures around the world in the rainbow. The rainbow holds a special significance and serves as a reminder of the promise God made to his people. This lesson will explore the significance of God's rainbow promise and its enduring relevance for believers today. Just before the story of the flood in Genesis chapter 6, we learn that the Lord saw the wickedness of man in the earth, and that every intention of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. Genesis 6:5, the Bible makes it clear there was no way anyone was going to turn back to God because they were just that evil. The Bible also mentions that it grieved him to his heart. Genesis 6:6. In Genesis 8, in Genesis 9, 8 through 17, we find the biblical account of the rainbow. After the devastation caused by the great flood, God made a covenant with Noah and his children. As part of the covenant, God promised never again to destroy the earth with a flood. As a sign of this covenant, he set his bow in the clouds, and the bow was visible in the sky after the rain. This rainbow became a symbol of God's faithfulness and his promise to his people. The rainbow holds deep symbolic meaning within the Bible. It is seen as a bridge between the heavens and the earth, representing God's presence among his people. The rainbow is also a symbol of hope, reminding believers that God will never abandon them or forget the covenant he made with them. The colors in the rainbow are seen as a visual representation of God's love, mercy, and grace. God's rainbow promise is not only relevant in historical context, but also has enduring significance for believers today. It provides comfort and assurance during times of uncertainty and fear, as I know it has for me. Just as the rainbow provided a visual reminder of God's promise to Noah and his children, it serves as a reminder to believers of God's faithfulness and his love for them. It is also relevant because this story lets us know that God can turn anything meant for evil and turn it into something good. God's rainbow promise offers several lessons for believers. 1. Trusting God's promises. The rainbow serves as a reminder that God always keeps his promises. Believers can take comfort in knowing that God's faithfulness is a cornerstone of his character. 2. Hope in trials. The rainbow reminds believers to hold on to hope. Even during challenging time, God's promise to sustain and provide for his people is a source of strength and encouragement. 3. Love and forgiveness. The rainbow symbolizes God's unconditional love and forgiveness. Believers are called to extend love and forgiveness to others just as God has done for them. God's rainbow promise remains a powerful symbol of faith and hope. It reminds us of God's faithfulness, love, and forgiveness. As believers, we can draw strength and inspiration from this promise, knowing that God is always with us, even in times of doubt and uncertainty. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thank you. Oh, anyone have any questions? since it went by so fast, I'll explain why I chose to do this sermon. And most everybody knows I'm a very colorful person, as you can tell by most of my outfits every time I'm here. And I'm not going to call out names to who said it because I feel like that's disrespectful. But I have one outfit in certain that everything about it is rainbow. And my whole family knows that I love the rainbow because of God's promise and what it symbolizes for me as a person. And I have been told that I represent the LGBTQ community and asking if I was gay. And it has been church people, and to me this message just really needed to get said. Because again, this shouldn't be the first thing we think of when we think of a rainbow. Because God was the first one to put a rainbow on this earth, and that's what needs to be recognized.